Hey guys, here I am with the Jeep again. This one isn't so much about the Jeep as it is about the protectant I use. I made another video about it. I believe I used it on the Expedition of mine, I think. But anyways, I just got these tires. I already treated them with it. Once you let them set for a couple days on the tires, it's recommended you to spray it on and let it naturally absorb in there. Don't dry it off. After a couple days, they'll still be a little shiny, but there's going to be no grease, and it's not going to fling all over. But it's going to protect them. I mean, the correct way to do it is I should do both sides of the tire like I did in the previous video, both sidewalls, inner outer, and the tread, and let it soak for 24 hours before I drive it. But I'm just doing the sidewalls on this. But this Jeep, of course the tires are brand new, that doesn't count. But like these center caps, I went ahead and did them. These mirrors weren't even black, they were gray. And I went ahead and treated them several times. Matter of fact, I just treated them, and you can see there's no like greasy film to them or anything. And it soaks in and it penetrates, and it really revitalizes it. I still have to do all this, so this is a good example. I'll do this in the future so you can see how it turns out. Got to do it several times, but it'll definitely work. Stuff like this probably would have never happened if it would have been treated, from day one. But I just want to show a few things I've done on this and how well it works. These here, they were all gray. I've treated these several times, and they're turning black now. And it should protect it from the UV rays. These were gray as well. You may be able to go back and see some of my first videos. I'm not sure. I've treated these, and they have a nice, black color now, and they're not greasy at all. I've done this area here that says Jeep. Of course, here's the other one. These were already in pretty good shape, but I did those rubber bumps too. Of course, that. I've done these here. These were pretty bad. I'm going to have to treat these another couple times. But it'll eventually blacken them up and really soak in there and treat them. Here's that other mirror. I mean, these mirrors are pretty rough, man. And it's bringing them back nicely. And then other things I do on it, like the tail lights, they weren't bad, but still, you want to protect all this plastic. Basically, wherever you have, I went ahead and did the CV antenna. Wherever you have plastic, rubber, anything, this stuff is great. It's not greasy, and it just really soaks in and protects well. I'll show you what it is here. I mean, you may not like it. You may think it's snake oil. I like it, and I've been using it for a long time. I first learned about this stuff at a truck accessory shop I worked at. I was the installer, and they had a product. I think it was the it was a tonneau cover. It was the Pace Edwards, I believe. Pace Edwards Jackrabbit, I think, if memory serves me correct. And they would give you a little bottle of it and a little sponge in there, and they wanted you to wipe down all the rubber on the sides where the metal tonneau cover slid in. They had a little rubber weather stripping, and they wanted you to wipe that real well to extend the life. So here's what it is here. Now this is the new bottle. It doesn't look like the old bottle. The old bottle was white, and I don't know why. They've rebranded the way the packaging looks, and they have one for, like you can see this here. This is obviously for automotive. They have another one for patio furniture and whatnot. And even though they're different colors and they may say a little different things, I believe they're identical, because I did call the company up and I was concerned about the rebranding. And they told me, don't worry, it's the exact same product inside as it's always been. And it does smell like it, and it's not greasy at all. I picked this up, I believe, at O'Reilly's, I think. I think it was $8 or $9. I can't remember. Something like that. But someone just recently told me they've paid as much as $16 for it at Pep Boys. I don't know if it was the same 16 ounce or maybe it was a 32 ounce. I'm not sure. They didn't specify. But I'll show you what I've bought since I've bought these. There's a more economical way to go about it. Okay, so this is pretty much what the original looked like. They may have changed that a little bit looking, but it was always in white bottles. But go on Amazon and you can find this stuff. I don't know what I paid for it. I think it was either $40 or $50. It's a gallon. I know it's a crazy amount of money, but I mean, you can see how much is in there, how much I've used. I think I filled one of those bottles up once since I had it because I bought 2 of the spray bottles. I just fill it up. This stuff goes a long way. Like I said, 40 or 50 bucks is a lot of money for this, but you know, it's a gallon. It goes a long way, and it's way cheaper than buying them 16-ounce bottles for $8 or $10 or whatever the heck they are. And what's a gallon? 128 ounces, where that's 16 ounces. You know, so figure it out. You know, you may like Armor All or another product. I don't. I've always had, you know, back in the day with older cars, you put that stuff on a dash, and a month later that dash starts to crack. I mean, I've used it for stuff too. I just don't dig it. It's kind of more of a greasy formula. And some of that stuff, like gel stuff you put on your tires, yeah, I mean, it looks wet, but that crap flings all over and gets little tiny, you know, junk on your paint and just attracts dirt, whereas this stuff really doesn't attract dirt at all. It's pretty amazing. So I like it. I ain't being paid for it. I don't get any views on my damn channel. So, you know what I mean? I'm just telling it the way it is. I like this stuff. If you like something better, hey, more power to you. We all have our opinions and our personal preferences, and there ain't nothing wrong with it. Made in the USA, I like it. So that's my 2 cents. All right, you guys take care. Oh, one more thing real quick. There's another channel on YouTube. You've probably seen it. He swears by this stuff. It's like Sweet Project Cars. That's the name of their channel. Now, he soaks engine belts. You know, your serpentine engine belt in this stuff for like 24 hours. And he swears your belt will last 300,000 miles. Okay, I don't buy that kind of stuff. First of all, I wouldn't put it on a belt. It may slip. That's my opinion. You know, I've been a mechanic all my life. I personally wouldn't treat a belt with it. You know, your belt's going to last, what do they recommend, 60,000 miles? Heck, I got 150,000 miles out of my original belt on my Expedition. But I'm just saying, you know, if you start reading stuff like that, take it at your own risk, and, you know, may not work. I can't say either way. I wouldn't personally soak a belt in it. He talks about soaking a timing belt in it or somebody else. Your timing belt, you know, will last hundreds of thousands of miles. That's up to you. I wouldn't soak my timing belt in it. No way. That's just my opinion. Some of you guys might say don't dare put it on the tread of your tire because it's going to cause it, you know, to not grab traction right or something. Like I say, you don't spray it on there and drive your vehicle. You spray it on there and let it penetrate everywhere and wait 24 hours before you drive. But once again, that's something you're going to have to decide if you're going to do. I didn't do it on here. I probably should treat it, but I'm not going to. You know, so you just got to kind of use your brain and your own common sense as to where you're going to use it and where you're not, you know. But yeah, that's my opinion. All right, later.